someone who hasn't really had a lackluster fight in a while, if ever. So, breaking news: Terrence Bud Crawford, right, is going to 160 pounds to fight Chris Eubank Jr. And initially, I was caught off guard. I'm like, whoa, how did that happen? But then I think about Bomac training Chris Eubank in his last fight, and I'm guessing that was like the mutual connector, and how they were able to like sit down and agree on a fight here. And then that kind of just like raises questions to me. But I'm gonna send it over to you and just ask you, what do you think about this fight?
I mean, I admire Bud's efforts to continue to, I guess, move up the chain, move up the ladder. And what I mean by ladder, I'm talking about weight classes, to challenge himself. But the issue I have is Chris Bank Jr.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really. It's not an entertaining fight for me. It really isn't. I'm more curious about how Terrence Crawford would perform at 160 against anyone. I think that's just more so him and his body mechanics, his speed, his power. Chris Eubank Jr. is not he's not I would say someone that I'll be enticed to kind of, let me go and pay for this and watch him fight Terrence Crawford. Just not really a entertaining fight for me. And I wonder, is Terrence Crawford taking this fight to kind of get closer to that 168 pounds to try to press the issue with Canelo Alvarez? Or is he just taking, is this just the tune-up for him to just take some of the edge off these legacy fights? And what I mean by that is not fight boots, so I don't know. I don't know. But him going up to fight Chris Eubank Jr. has me also thinking about why not take the rematch at 154 against Errol Spence Jr.
Okay. Let me ask you this: at 160, would you be more interested in him fighting, let's say, Jamal Charlo?
Well, I'll say, see, that's tricky because this Jamal Charlo, I'm not sure where he's at in his headspace as well. But I would rather see him fight Jamal than Chris Eubank Jr. because Jamal, I think, is even at where he's at in his life right now, he's the superior fighter in comparison to Chris Eubank Jr.
The only reason I asked that is because I was looking at the actual rankings at 160, and it looks like Jamal is ranked 4th, Eubank 3rd, Carlos Adames 2nd, and then Jennebeck ranked number 1. So kind of like you, I'm just wondering, is it a stay busy fight? Is it a let's see how I feel closer to 168? Because if it was like, if you were just going to go like conquer another division, then like why not go for Adames or Jennebeck? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
The guys atop that division who are really on hot streaks right now. But maybe it might just be a stay busy fight. Let me put on some weight and gradually maybe take one fight. I don't know, one fight at 160, then go to 168. I'm not really sure. Like I said, the news was confusing to me. And then Eubank, who was just coming off of a knockout loss, and then he avenged his loss. Then he was trained by Bomac, so now he's gonna have to go get another trainer. So I'm assuming Bomac looked at him and says, okay, I can see his fundamental weaknesses because I was just in camp with him, and I kind of have an idea how we're gonna exploit this. You know what I'm saying? And take nothing away from Eubank Jr. He's a live fighter. He's a live fighter. So I'm not just saying just gonna go in there and get walked over. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, the interest in this fight comes from seeing Terrence. How does Terrence look at 160? How does he look with that mass? Does he have the same speed, the same reflexes, more power? Is he, so it's kind of all about Terrence. Not really interested in the matchup as much as Terrence is kind of just carrying this equation for me. You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
Yeah. But you make some good points about 154. I know he was speaking about fighting Zoo. If you wanted to fight the winner of Zoo Thurman, why not take a stay busy fight at 154? You know what it is. So there's something that we're missing here, and why 160, why Chris Eubank Jr. is the enticing fight, because obviously he's done with 147, right? Or else maybe we just saw the rematch there, or we just saw boots there. But how do you skip over 154? Not take a stay busy fight at 154 to then fight Zoo, and probably try to collect those belts that Jermell Charlo has been stripped of. You know what I mean? So I think there's something we're missing. We probably have to hear more from both sides here in Terrence and Eubank to kind of understand how this fight got put together, why this fight got put together, and what is the end goal there.
Yeah. And I think our theories are starting to kind of match up, right? You mentioned the points,
but the other thing I would question though is I know they were writing off Boots, saying what has Boots done? It's not really a big money fight. I'm just not sure that this fight is a big money fight either.
It's not.
You know, I would have rather you just say, listen, I'm done with 47. I ain't fighting Boots because I'm done with 47. That chapter's over. I respect that, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't know if this is a real lucrative fight either. So the money obviously isn't really the thing. You know what I'm saying? It's something else.
100%. It's definitely not the money, because you'd have got more money fighting Boots than, you know, Chris Eubank Jr. We just got to call a spade a spade. He knows the risk in fighting Jaron Ennis in comparison to Eubank Jr. And as a result, he's probably like, the money is not worth the risk there. Whereas I can take a little bit less and fight Eubank Jr. And more importantly, whether I'm using this as a propeller to get to 168 or see how my body feels at 160 so I can see where I can go next.
So Cinco de Mayo, I don't remember the poster. That when is this fight for? Is it June?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
We'll get to that. But Cinco de Mayo, Canelo's fighting Munguia. I think this fight is for June. So do you think any way it's shaping up that Canelo September fight is going to be against Crawford then? And do you think that's what they could be doing here?
That's a good question. See, it's hard to say, because didn't Canelo just renegotiate his PBC deal or reignite it? And Jamal might be that last fight.
Oof. Damn. I'm sorry, David. Sorry for David Benavidez there. I'm just trying to put this all together. Speaking of David Benavidez, Floyd said that Terrence Crawford should fight David Benavidez in the winner fight. Canelo.
I'm not gonna lie, Floyd is crazy. Floyd knows, like, come on.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie.
Floyd trying to line him.
I did ask that question, you know, many episodes ago. I did ask that question. I was interested in, was Terrence actually interested in campaigning at 68, or like would he fight Benavidez if he's interested in campaigning at 68, or is it just the Canelo fight? I think we've gotten the answer. It's really just the Canelo fight. Right. But it was just funny that, you know, Floyd said that. I'm like, yo, bro, Crawford Benavidez is crazy, bro.
Crazy, bro. That would be a crazy. Oh my god.
Yeah, but you know, I'll wait to see what additional information comes out on this. Definitely. I mean, I'm gonna tune in. Like I said, you know, Terrence is carrying the equation here, so I'm gonna tune in and see how that fight looks. If you guys have any speculations on why this fight is going down, please let us know in the comments. We'll really be interested in seeing that.